Greetings children, welcome to the online classes. This is Aishwarya. Please like and subscribe to the channel for the further updated videos. The following video is for class 3, subject General Science, chapter 9, Water for My Family, part 2. In part 1 of this lesson, we learned about what are the different uses of water in our day-to-day life and how the water keeps cycling on our earth. So today we learn in detail about the process involved in water cycle. Last class I just gave you a glance of what happens to the water. But now we will learn all the different processes that involves in a water cycle. So the process that involved in water cycle are evaporation, condensation, precipitation, accumulation. Repeat after me. evaporation, evaporation. condensation, condensation. precipitation, precipitation. accumulation, accumulation. So we will see what is this process and how it helps in the water cycle. So first we are going to learn about evaporation. evaporation. Evaporation means the water from the water body changes into water vapor and mixes with the air. Now here what happens, the liquid water converts into the gas water vapor. That process, the process of changing liquid water into gas or vapor is called evaporation. This happens when there is a rise in the temperature. When the sunrise falls on the water bodies, the water gets converted into water vapor. For understanding it better, when you are heating the water, when it starts boiling, the water starts getting converted into water vapor. That is, from its liquid state it goes to its gas state. You have learned the states of matter, right? The solid, liquid and the gas. So this water, which is always in the liquid state, gets converted to the gas state. That process is called evaporation. Okay, so when temperature increases, the rate of evaporation also increases. If there is very hot sun, the amount of water that gets converted to water vapor increases. Okay, if there is too much sun, the water gets converted into water vapor faster. That is what the meaning is. When the temperature increases, the rate of evaporation also increases. Evaporation occurs every day in nature and in man-made surroundings also. There is no particular place where evaporation will not take place. Now here in the picture you can see the ocean. From the ocean, the water is getting converted into water vapor. It is becoming lighter and it goes up above. Okay, so that process is called evaporation. This happens it happens always in the presence of the sun. It happens because of the heat of the sun. As I told you, one point that you have to remember is when temperature increases, the rate of evaporation also increases. So here is the live example of how the evaporation happens. Okay, if the water is extremely hot, all the vapors starts coming out from the water bodies. This happens even in the house. When you are cooking something, the steam rises when the water starts boiling, isn't it? So that steam is nothing but water vapor. The same process happens in evaporation. This is the first step in a water. Then next step is condensation. The water vapor does not remain as vapor forever. Okay, and now this water vapor, as I told you, due to evaporation, when the water gets converted into water vapor, it does not stay in that same stage for a very long time. It condenses when it is cold and forms the rain clouds. Okay, now what happens, these when it goes up, the temperature is lesser when you compare it to the below the ground, or near the ground. The temperature is much higher than the above the ground. So when these water vapor goes up and above, because of the cold, these water vapor condenses. Okay, they become water clouds, or it becomes rain clouds. The process in which a gas changes into its liquid state is called condensation. The process in which a gas, that is the water vapor, gets converted into liquid state. Liquid state means it is ready to fall down as rain. It becomes rain clouds. That's what that process is called. Here, all the clouds get come very closer, and they form the rain clouds. This process is important for the formation of the rain. Okay, this is the second step in the water cycle. Next is precipitation. In precipitation, dense and heavy droplets. Now what happens is, as that rain clouds have formed, dense and heavy rain droplets come back to earth in the form of rain, hail, sleet or snow. In any of these forms, they can come down to earth. That formation, or that clouds, that water which drops from above up from the clouds to the ground, it is called the precipitation. Precipitation is responsible for bringing back the fresh water to the earth. Okay, some examples of rain, snow and hail. Okay, all the three processes, they always bring down the water back to the. Now what happens to the water that is come back to the earth in the form of rain or snow or hail? What happens to it? It has to get accumulated in one place. So that follows the last process of the water cycle, that is accumulation. ACCUMULATIO. Accumulation. When the water falls back on the earth, it goes into the oceans, lakes, rivers or under the ground. It forms any of these water bodies. This process of collection of rainwater is called accumulation. As I told you, what are the different processes in the water cycle? Evaporation, condensation, precipitation and see, it can be formed in the form of rivers or oceans. Rivers finally go to the ocean, isn't it? And it can be any different kinds of water bodies where the water will get accumulated. As I told you here, the first process is the evaporation, condensation, precipitation and collection. Collection is nothing but the other term for accumulation. The continuous recycling of water on the earth from the water bodies up to the atmosphere and back down to the land into the water bodies again is called the water cycle. This definition is in your textbook in page number 81. I hope by now all of you have your textbooks with you. I am reading out from page number 81. It is in the third paragraph. Okay, under accumulation, it is the second paragraph. The continuous recycling of water on the earth from the water bodies up to the atmosphere and back down to the land into the water bodies again is called the water. I hope you understood till here. Remaining part of the lesson, we will cover it in the next video. So stay at home, stay safe, take care of yourself, keep learning children. Thank you.